Hi, guys. I am so glad that you're joining me for this 28-day gratitude practice. My name is Vanita. We're actually going to start tomorrow, but I wanted to take some time to talk a little bit about gratitude and to introduce myself. Gratitude is such an important practice. We're taught from a young age to say thank you for the things that we receive, the things that we have. But I don't think we're really ever taught to embody this feeling of gratefulness, of thankfulness within us. And it's the true embodiment of this feeling that can transform the way we view ourselves, the way we view each other, the way we view the world, the way we view our past, our present, and our future. And it can change those narratives that are programmed within our body to think that we are not enough, or that we're not worthy, or that we don't have enough. And it can transform us to really, truly understand how magical our lives are. So maybe you're here because you did the first practice with me. Maybe you didn't complete it. Maybe you want to deepen a gratitude practice that you already have in place. Maybe you're dealing with something from your past, or you're currently going through something. Or maybe it's just this time period right now that we're living in, this unprecedented time period where there is just so much uncertainty and so much that is unknown. We've been in this culture of disinformation for so long now that we don't know who to trust. We don't know what the right course of action is. And it can leave us feeling like we're not safe. And when we don't feel safe, we can have a lot of fear that crops up. A lot of these narratives that kind of creep into our lives, thinking that, we don't have enough, that we are not enough, that we need more, that there's something lacking from us. There's so much that can come up. Whether you are worried about what's happening or not, it's a time period of self-reflection and, the energy that's out there. If you're sensitive, then it can really kind of, bring up things that surprise you. It's been surprising me even. And gratitude can help us transform that narrative of one that is fear and lack into one that is abundant and full of vitality and high vibrational energy. Because more than anything, that's what we need right now. We need to have this high vibration. I have always believed that money was the strongest currency that existed, that the American dollar and all these things that we have been taught and programmed into us to believe, that we need to have more. And I have learned that that is not the greatest currency that is out there. The greatest currency out there is the energy that we feed ourselves and that we call into our life. If you have this high vibration energy, you can do anything. You can create magic in your life, and you can heal yourself. You can heal every cell of your body. It's amazing what it can do. I'll tell you a little bit about my life. I grew up the child of immigrant parents who came to this country to create a better life for themselves, for their kids. And they did just that. They were well educated in a time when the country was really respecting immigrants, and they were able to create a wonderful life for themselves, and educate their kids well, and have their kids lead to successful careers. And that's all true. But what's also true is that I grew up with a lot of daily mental, physical, emotional, verbal abuse. My mom was violated and beaten while I was in utero and in front of me from infant onwards. And she pushed me away as a child. And I did not really have parents who were there for me. They were there for me, providing me with an education and a roof and food and all these things. But I didn't have that parental love that I was always seeking as a child. They were both physicians and are physicians, and they also had 2 more children. And they were born with rare genetic diseases. My brother and sister were younger than me, and the disease was so rare that there's no incidence rate for it, and they were diagnosed only because my dad's an encyclopedia of knowledge, and he realized that it was within the caste system from which they come from in India. My brother passed away at the age of 10 when I was 12, and my sister passed away at the age of 8 when I was 15. And it was a neurodegenerative disease, which means that they physically regressed, and it was a very difficult thing to watch. For me, I don't remember most of my childhood. I blocked it all out. And it's slowly been coming back to me as I go through this journey of healing. It was really my daughter that changed me, because I had been suicidal my entire life. And when I had her, I realized I could no longer have these kind of thoughts. I had created a lot of quote unquote success for myself according to Western standards. I had a lot of graduate degrees, a lot of string of letters after my name, and had a great job, earned a lot of money, did all sorts of things that I was told I was supposed to do, and I was miserable. And it wasn't me. And so I went on this journey of healing, and I really went in deep, and I did a lot of work, and it transformed me, yes. But it was really gratitude that carried me over the edge. It was gratitude that allowed me to forgive myself, to forgive my parents, to forgive everything and anything that I was casting blame and shame on. I was playing the victim and blaming everybody else. And it was gratitude that really helped me see through those narratives and really be grateful for the life that I had been given. Because life doesn't happen to us. Life happens for us. And these are all guideposts and signposts for us to change who we are. And it's not to change it in that sense of doing something differently. It's about becoming the more authentic, expressing our unique individual selves. There's nobody else on this earth like you. And there will be nobody else on this earth like you. You are a unique expression of life with your own gifts and your own talents and so much to share to the world. And it is through gratitude that we begin to understand just how rich and how deep our lives are. And we begin to release these stories of blame and shame. And we begin to understand that life is happening for us, even in the most uncomfortable of situations. It is gratitude that will transform and shift our perspective so that we can begin to see why this is being called into our lives and what we are trying to uncover within ourselves. This is a time period for us to self-reflect, for us to understand these narratives that we are embodying and feeding each one of these cells within us. So how can we shift that narrative so that it is one of love and gratitude and really high vibrational energy so that we can heal ourselves and we can shift that all. So for this practice, I'm going to be using this book called The Magic, and it takes us through this 28 days, and it has its own practice for every day. I'm going to post a video with the practice for that day. You can get this book if you want. It's available anywhere. Otherwise, I can also send you a PDF of the book if you would like a copy of the book. So just message me and let me know, and I will send that to you. But I will be posting the practices every day. And really, there'll be little things here and there that it might ask you to do, or I will ask you to do. But really, all you need in the end is a notebook. And this is going to be something where we're going to be writing the things that we're grateful for. And as you can see, this is something I've been doing for a while. And I can tell you that it's a wonderful practice to keep for the rest of your life. But all you need is a notebook and a pen or a pencil, and every day you're going to be writing this something down. And it's really important that we think about this as, a full expression from thought, speech, and action. So the action being the writing, and we will speak them out, and you'll do this to yourself. You're not telling this to anybody per se. And it's going to really help cultivate that gratitude within you, because it's not something that just comes naturally and the words are not enough. It's about embodying that feeling. So that's what this practice is going to help us do. Now, I also want to say that, we're living through, as I said, it's a very interesting and difficult time period. I want to let you know that I am a molecular biologist by training, and I have spent my entire career after research in scientific communications and in pharmaceutical companies. I know a lot about what's going on, and I know a lot about the research and the science and the things that are happening in the background. I also want to let you know that for me, I'm somebody who believes in health and wellness the natural way. And I do believe we can heal ourselves, and I do believe we can use earth medicines, and I make a lot of potions and witch brews and things like that are using things like ginger and turmeric and all the wonderful goodness that we can boost our immune system with. So if you have any questions, please feel free to reach out to me. And I'm happy to answer them, and I will give you both sides of the perspective. In terms of what's happening, and a little bit more robustness in terms of looking at life outside of just data alone, because data is cold and dry, and while there are things like rates and incidences and this and that, there's also other forces at play and other currents at play, and I can talk about those as well. So if you have any questions, please reach out to me, because I would love to help you. This is about us working together. This is about us raising our individual vibrations and raising the collective vibrations, because the way we're going to get through this and the way we're going to get through life is by empowering ourselves and empowering each other. So I'm so grateful that you're joining me on this journey, and I look forward to spending the next 28 days with you. Stay tuned for my video tomorrow, and have a wonderful evening. Thank you. Bye.